What's up, everyone? This is Boogie 2. I'm just kidding. What's up, everyone? This is Wizard from the power of the internet. I know, I'm kidding with that too. What's up, everyone? Hey, this is Wizard right here. We're gonna have a little fun. This is all for funsies. So this is basically a work. So don't take this too serious. We're just having fun. So enjoy the show. So, what's up? Actually, who are you again?
It is I, the evil mechanical snow robot, Showman.
Snowman?
Showman! This was a C.
Wait, Z as in ABC?
The last letter of the alphabet.
Oh, okay. Well, what's up, Showman? I heard that you got dismantled by a 6-year-old.
Yes, I did, and I did not like it at all.
Well, that's some kind of Pernagus' how do you call those? I guess power. Pernagus' power. Yeah,
He's a Mary Sue! Ah!
Yeah. Don't you hate it though that most villains end up failing in every good story?
I know! What's up with that? I don't get it at all.
Yeah, we need some I guess any media where the villain wins. I mean there is some, but I want to see more where the villain wins in the end. They conquer the world and it's a sad story and that's how it ends.
Yes, I want to conquer the city so bad.
Well, I mean, that's not gonna happen. Hey, isn't that what's his name again from Yumi Neutron? The tiny professor guy, the one that couldn't finish his sentence.
Oh, Professor Calamitous?
There you go. I can't believe he always started small. I mean, he could have just took over the world if he wanted to, but it's always Retroville.
Yeah, so true.
I mean, seriously, what kind of idiot? I mean, seriously, take over a town, city. I mean, is he probably he just wanted to be a mayor? I mean, that he could do better.
I mean, so do other villains, like the Joker.
True, but I'm just saying though, taking over a town, I always felt like that's just. I guess you technically, if one would argue, you want to start small and then you start big. But I mean, that looked too good to be true. To be having all these powerful tech just so you can just take over one little town.
Yeah, and I mean, look at Bill Cipher. He just want to conquer Gravity Fall, and he had this immense power that he couldn't have just ruled Earth or the universe.
Yeah, true. Actually, speaking of villains that try to take over the world, Dr. Eggman, he got it, trying to take over for the Eggman Empire, aka Eggman Land,
Hey?
for his amusement park.
But it's funny with Eggman, because he's trying to rule the world, but in the moment that he screws something up and it's gonna destroy it, he tends to try to team up with Sonic, which is funny.
Yeah, way too many times. You're right. Oh yeah, but before you move to that further, don't you it's weird that villains that wanted to take over the world usually have the agenda of making it some kind of amusement park?
I don't see any problem with that.
Wasn't that that alien villain from Space Jam? He wanted to make planets into his personal amusement park.
Yeah, and you also got that Whiz Pig. He also was trying to take over Timber Island as a amusement park.
Oh yeah, the Future Funland, which is a weird name. You'll think that he probably named his planet name after himself, Whiz Pig Planet or the amusement of Whiz Pig. Actually, I love that one. Oh yeah, Gruntilda the Witch also owned I guess it's a carnival. Yeah, well, it is a amusement park. What I'm talking about, Wishyland.
Oh yeah, it's Oh.
I think that's the most weirdest villain's agenda, though.
Not really. They just wanted to enjoy their amusement.
Oh yeah, ain't me or that Disney villains are not what they used to be.
I know.
You got a big rant for that. Let me guess. You wanted to explain?
Right? Because one of the big things of being a villain is being a villain. If I go ahead and try to shoot you with my snowballs, that'd be villainy, right?
Depends. I mean, some people may enjoy that. I like being hit by a snowball.
But it wouldn't be too villainy if I said I was just doing this to help people. Many of these Disney movies don't even have villains, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I could actually, if you think about it, these classic Disney villains were basically icons. Actually, were literally like the icon of the movies.
Yes, they were.
Not just the protagonists, but the antagonists. I mean, seriously. But felt like Disney villains nowadays are just anti-villains. I don't know, like they're misunderstood characters that in the end get their like problems solved through understanding, and it's not like the villain nowadays have evil intentions. It is. I mean, I get it if some of the villains are like that, you know, once in a while, but it's now to the point that it's flooded with them. I like to get like a good entertaining villain.
Some of the best villains also are entertaining. Like again with Dr. Eggman.
Actually, he is like one of my favorite villains. Yeah. But you know what's also my favorite villain?
Who?
Gruntilda the Witch. Actually, screw it. She is literally the best video game villain of all time. I mean, number one. I mean, ranked better than Bowser. Even though Bowser had been through a lot fighting Mario, Gruntilda the Witch, the one thing she accomplished compared to every single villain in, like, ever, is that you want her to get beat up. And it's like wrestling. You like, I remember Anthony Missionary Thomas from Wrestling Soup said, fans don't go see the hero wins. Wrestling fans want to see the hero beat the villains. They want to see the villain get their butt kicked.
Can you clarify more on that?
Sure. So, Gruntilda the villain. She is the most disgusting, annoying character ever. She will always bash Banjo and Kazooie, like, during the hub world.
Tell me more.
Actually, she is so evil. I mean, she literally, like, I don't, actually, what is she doing in the lair? She literally owned a large mansion, owned a boat, owned an amusement park, owned a whole industry. I mean, what else does she own? A mine? I mean, seriously, you know, a drill mine, you know, from Hellfire Peak. I mean, that's her. She's, and that's funny. She even killed bottles. Like, seriously. Actually, technically, that was supposed to be meant for Banjo and Kazooie, but they evacuated. But she will drop any character dead cold. Heck, she killed her own two sisters.
Wow, that's hardcore.
Yeah, and it's funny, by the way, because I love it in Banjo Tooie. Once she lost all of her allies, because literally, I mean, even the pod, by the way, the one, you know, in the end that give you like all the power up in Banjo Tooie, or well, technically in Banjo Kazooie, he helped the duo to go fight Gruntilda up in the, you know, top of the layer. But it's funny what he said. She threw up on hell and didn't care and just move on to her business. That is gross.
What do you mean? That sounds like me. No, I don't really throw up.
And her hobbies are the most disgusting thing ever. Even her sister gives the secrets. Yeah, to Gruntilda the Wish. Yeah, and that's funny. Her last name. What was it? Winglebottom? Or no? Well, still. She had her, like, yeah, I guess that's technically what describe her. But still, Gruntilda the Wish. Like, if I remember, and I remember hearing some other YouTubers that actually liked her, like several videos that, well, one of them considered one of the best video game villain. The other one say she's the best video game villain. It's that you want to see her get her upcoming because she treat everyone horrible, all of her allies horrible, and she caused harm to not just the characters but the environments. Like, seriously.
Sounds like a real villain.
Yeah, and King Jiggle, actually, what was his name? The King of Genos.
Yeah, who cares?
She literally sucked the life out of him.
Oh.
You know, turning him to a zombie and his pet to ashes. And she wanted to do that to the entire Isle or Hag so she could just replenish her self back to normal.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. No, but seriously though, and I love it. When she was trying to operate the Hag 1 in the boss battle, she couldn't because she killed her two sisters.
Yeah, so really.
And it's weird because in Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, she literally had no one, and she was just a head. And, you know, the Lord of Games gave her a robotic body, but still, it's like, she just became a joke, by the way. Like, how far has she fallen? Seriously, if only she treated her allies well. You know, this is all preventable. If she never had treated her employees, her allies, they would have still been by her side. And it's funny, she whipped Cargo every time he failed.
Oh.
He get bruised every time we meet him. And it's not because of Banjo and Kazooie. It was because of Gruntilda. In the end, he was getting way too ugly for Mrs. Cargo. So he was like, he quit. He doesn't want to get another whipping. I love it, by the way. In the third boss fight, when you, like, in top of the, before you go to the quiz. Yeah. Ooh. No, but seriously, like, that's a villain.
That is a villain.
Now, for Bowser. Oh, man. Yeah, so I would say he's number 2 just because of his iconic role as Mario arch enemy.
Yes, that's one thing a great hero always needs. They always need a great arch nemesis.
Now, there is a couple of times where Bowser does team up with Mario, but 90% of the time, Bowser is usually the main villain. There's barely any team up.
I mean, of course, some of the final bosses are his alternative look, like Dry Bowser.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, but I do want to move on a little bit. You know, supervillains.
Yes. I love supervillains.
You know what's technically one of my favorite supervillain?
Who?
The Joker.
Yes! I'm actually kind of inspired by the Joker. We both have white skins.
Especially the Christopher Nolan's version. It was like the most popular Joker. And to the point that bro knew every line.
Yes, he was getting ready to go to my side.
Nah, seriously, he knew every single Joker line from that movie. Actually, he knew every line from that movie.
Yes.
Because, you know, The Dark Knight was his favorite movie during the time.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Huh. I kind of said he would dislike it because it's not too much faithful of the Batman comics.
Well, I mean, yes, I know Joker is technically a different like iteration of the Joker, but he like loved the Joker. Like that, at least that's the second favorite Joker. I think his all-time favorite is the animated Joker.
Mark Hamill, right?
Yeah, basically Luke Skywalker. Yeah, Mark Hamill. Oh yeah, speaking of Star Wars, I remember back in what was it, Psychology, that like the original Star Wars movie, like before anyone really knew Darth Vader like that. Like if you're new to the Star Wars movie, you knew who was the good guys and villain. And it's strange because for Darth Vader, you knew that's the bad guy. You're not, I mean, like, they don't tell you who's the bad guy. You just knew it.
Like, the psychology of a bad guy is typically the look. You had to look like a villain.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
But you know one series that does a great job not making villains like a villains?
Who?
Toy Story.
Yeah, you're right.
The first two movies, it was kind of obvious.
Kind of disagree with the second, though.
Not the Professor, but definitely, sir, definitely you knew he was evil.
That's true, but I knew that he wasn't, like, the main antagonist.
What? He is the overall main antagonist.
Yeah.
It's just usually Disney makes him the go-to villain when it comes to the Toy Story franchise.
But still, like, actually, yeah, Toy Story 3 was a little bit surprising with the teddy bear being the villain. But though, you know what's so funny though? Who's also the villain in that movie?
Oh, let me guess. Ken.
Ken! And Ken is also the villain in the Barbie movie. That is surprising because I would not have guessed Ken would end up being like the antagonist.
It's not that surprising.
Well, still, surprisingly, in two different movies, he's bad. Oh yeah, you know what's also like the most interesting villain?
Who?
In Black Panther, the cousin, by the way.
Oh, tell me more.
I mean, he's really good, by the way. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like he was really like the most coolest villain I seen, by the way. Like in all Marvel.
Wait. Cool?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like you fell for him, by the way. I secretly wanted to root for him. Like seriously, almost like in wrestling, where like MJF, like you root for like certain heels, by the way.
Oh yeah, you kind of do. You really do.
You know what was the biggest one?
Who?
Like literally the most the biggest star ever. Oh, well, actually, should I say the biggest star? And like he started off as a heel, then became like the anti-hero, and then like that one YouTuber said, he was basically a real life superhero at this point, and that was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh yes, the greatest wrestler of all time.
Oh yeah, I remember this from Joey Numbers from Wrestling Soup.
Oh, that silly little brat. Continue?
Yeah, he said this before. Well, actually, technically, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin said this before, and he agreed, and he added on to this. Stone Cold Steve Austin said, back when Roman Reigns was the face, right, and everyone hated him, right?
I hated that.
He gave an advice, and it worked, you know, because Roman Reigns is literally like the biggest star in WWE or wrestler. Seriously, like that title range is so legendary, over 1,000 days. But he said this. In order for a wrestler to be like the most beloved wrestler, they had to go through as a heel first, because you get to experience the wrestler flaws and understand the character a little bit more better that way. And Joey Numbers was like, it makes sense because, well, Stone Cold Steve Austin being the greatest, like, biggest wrestler, like, ever. And it was true because The Rock, he started off as a heel. Well, technically he was face, but then heel, right? Before he was beloved. Triple H, a heel. Undertaker, a heel. Kane, a heel. Mankind, a heel. You get the pattern?
Yes, John Cena, even a heel.
John Cena started off as a heel before he was face, and he should have went back as a heel when the moment the fan booed him, and that would have, I guess, refreshed his character. That's the thing. But Vince McMahon was too scared because he didn't want to lose the merchandise, sales. But still, it was really weird, but it's true. Like, for most top baby faces, they used to be a heel. Cody Rhodes, he was a heel. You're seeing this, right? Bryan Danielson, he was a heel, and it's funny. We get some of the most, I guess you could say, memorable moments from Bryan Danielson as a heel. Or should I say Daniel Bryan when he was in WWE.
Like a real villain.
Yeah. And the audience get to see the character development. And though it's funny because when he went back to a heel, the whole, what was it? The vegan, like he was the vegan champion? And he got the belt changed to a vegan belt.
I remember it.
He was like phenomenal. And you know what I love about it? He was the perfect villain.
Kofi Kingston, right?
Yes, Kofi Kingston, yes. I was rooting for him, by the way. That was my main event, by the way. I wish that was the main event because I was so invested. That Kofi Mania was real. I mean, I was so behind them. Ah, man. But still, like villains in wrestlings are very interesting because, like, sometimes the fan will get behind the heel, and then they become babyface, and they're like the top babyface. What else I could think of? Ooh, I know there was another one I'm thinking of that wasn't the tip of my head. You know?
What about that Kurt Angle dude?
Kurt Angle. Oh, yes. You suck. You suck. You suck.
Thanks now.
Yes. So, Kurt Angle. Ah, man. I mean, he checks everything in the book. But like, no matter how horrible he does and says things, like the most questionable thing, which I'm not going to repeat, the fans still get behind him. It's like every time they try to make like a make him look horrible, this fans still get behind him because he's really, like, he had the it factor, really. Seriously. Helmet TNA though, I remember cheering him on against Christian. Christian literally was the perfect villain though.
He was the perfect villain. He is. I'm sorry. I can't say enough about how evil. Yes, evil.
And especially him in AEW, like the turtleneck and everything, like that is cool, by the way.
I'm starting to think he's on his peak. I said he was done.
That's what a lot of, well, I almost say wrestlers. A lot of, people. Well, not a lot of people on the internet. I mean,
Fans?
within my friend group, saw it. Yeah, but I was a big fan of Christian though. Helmet's a heel. He's really good at though. He capitalized the villain, and Throw Scribbling, he's another one. The former Isaiah Sir Scott, that guy.
Never heard of him.
Well, he is like one of the best villain out there, by the way. And it's like AEW really do good with their villains, really. I don't know what's up with babyface nowadays. It's like I think they're afraid not to get like hated.
They're just bunch of nerds. Bunch of nerds that doesn't want to do any of these.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's talk about real life villain. Well, a local villain that I truly like laugh, by the way.
Darkseid Phil?
No, more than those three. The Holy Trinity of SB. His name is Papachu.
Papachu?
Yes. Papachu is literally like a cartoon villain. Or should I say a cartoon character in general.
Like me?
Like something you'll see in Family Guy. Like, seriously. He is insane. I don't know where to start. Okay, so I saw this video from Smoking MC, right? He was covering Sophia's shoe. But, ever noticed, by the way, that he even say it. Originally, it was supposed to be like maybe a 12-minute video about Sophia's shoe, and the title is called Sophia's shoe. But next to it was, the title was featuring Papachu, and the rest of the 40-minute video, and I'm not kidding, the rest of the 30 minutes out there, well, 30-minute plus minutes, I think it was like 47. Still, the 37 minutes out there.
Basically, he hogged the spotlight like a real villain.
Yeah, and that's funny what he said. It was the most fun research he had. And even to the point he had to show it to Mrs. McCrack, and she laughed. It's like, he's crazy. Let me tell you. I'm sorry for those with the weak-minded, but this guy owned a bank, right? I can't believe these people get scammed by this man. It's like, how? How are you scammed by a lunatic? And it's not like his Twitter, like his bank Twitter. Not his personal Twitter. His bank Twitter. It's just him, and not a platform for him to just rant his crazy stuff. Dude, this guy literally had like green tape crosses, thinking that this will turn away the police, and he want every country to print $1 zillion.
Similar to Dr. Evil.
And the crazy part is he doesn't know how money works, but that's not that's the crazy part. He wants them to give it to him. And, well, first he said until print them until he gives them further instruction. And that further instruction was to give that money to him. And you know what he wanted to do with it. And you know, most locals, they only are, like, their mindset is only for their best interest, not the interest of everyone else. And that's funny because the rule is that every debt is cleared to zero. Everything. Slate clean. No one owned anything. And you know he said this because he's in debt. And he won those $1 zillion so he can spend the money of the Lady of the Night.
Interesting. How evil mindset.
Oh, man. But he is a terrible father because he let these e-girls make fun of Sophia's shoe. And it's funny because, like, for example, the Sophia shoe smell. He will let any horrible statement about Sophia's shoe go by. And the mom got angry. And told them to stop letting these e-girls insult Sophia's shoe.
I don't think Bowser, Dr. Eggman, or Pete will even try to have their kids insulted.
Yeah, but not Papachu. Papachu, he would let these e-girls say whatever they want. And funny, the moment that Mama Shoe got angry at him and left, he went back doing kissy face, licking, putting his tongue out, licking. And it's funny, and when the distractor showed this to Mama Shoe, Mama Shoe was like, I want you to stop making those faces. And he was like, all right, shoo. And, because he really want Mama Shoe to go away. And it's weird because he went to jail. I think this is why he went to jail. Because he was trying to commit arson to his own house. Burn his house down. Because looked like he was trying to get money from the insurance. Because he's that in debt. First of all, he lied to Mama Shoe, Dad, or I guess to his entire family. Sophia Shoe, Bro Shoe, all those. That he was paying the money. The house. He was paying the rent, basically. But in reality, he wasn't. So the rest of the family got evicted, and he went to jail. But no, he didn't went to jail. He was supposed to go to court. And he didn't show up for court date. And his excuse was he was trying to make love to an e-girl on the internet.
Oh!
Yeah, and I mean, but obviously the real reason was that he didn't say he needed to go to court and didn't felt like going anyway. But he's in jail now. But seriously, Papachu, I laugh because all the this is just the tip of the iceberg of this lunatic. Yes, right? Oh man, I'm just laughing because it's just funny. Ah man. Hey, showman, you know what time it is?
No, what?
It's time to take over the world! Though, I felt like you were gonna screw me over so many times.
Yes, because that's what a real villain will do.
Really? I just thought that you just might be insane.
I am insane!
I said you might say, Nerf. No? Okay, sorry.
I got a big snowball with your name in it.
You ever watch Pinky and the Brain?
Yeah?
Ah, man, I just love Pinky and the Brain. Just literally, just like Pinky always screwing over Brain over and over again.
Yeah, how evil Pinky really was.
Yeah, right? I mean, I don't know. I think, like, villain with comedy also worked, though. So, funny. Oh, wait. You know what? I just thought of something. You ever watch Spy Kids?
Yeah?
Don't you think it's funny that the villain in Spy Kid 2 was literally a victim in Spy Kid 1?
Yeah?
I would never have guessed that was the villain. Literally a future villain in Spy Kid 2. Like, that was almost left field. Don't you think that's weird, too?
Yeah?
It literally means that anyone could be a villain.
I remember the last story. You remember the last story?
Yeah, the game on Nintendo Wii, right? The second main character was literally the villain in the end.
Yeah! A betrayal!
Yeah, like a huge betrayal. I mean, you'll never thought the best friend would end up being the villain. So, because literally, it was like mostly in the party member.
Yeah.
Like, if he was like a guest party member, sure, but no, the party member.
Yeah,
and weird. It is weird. You start off the game playing as him. Seriously, the game start off with him.
You're getting that like bud.
That's crazy, though. Oh yeah, but still, like, villains. It's like what Harvey Dent said. You either die a hero, or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah, those lone cows. The typical story of that.
Yes, true. Usually when I hear that saying, the first thing comes to mind is Anakin Skywalker becoming Darth Vader.
That's like the story ever.
Yes. But it's like weird because you think that if someone became like the greatest human being, like a Jesus Christ of the like of the story, and then like all of a sudden, like the villain. I mean, I mean, that's like the literal definition of a tragedy, like the story, like of a tragedy happening.
I love tragedy.
For me, that would depends. But I would love. I mean, like if the story end up with a happy ending. But no, I would love to see though, for once, where it was complete tragedy, like nothing. And I remember, oh man, when the series of Jar Jar Blink being like a Sith. Oh yeah, Jar Jar Blink being a Sith. Uh, what was it like, Darth Jar Jar Blink? I mean, because like he looked like he was like manipulating in the background.
Huh?
Oh, I remember that whole Reddit post. That was really big. I think that was when after Star Wars, The Force Awakens came out. Yeah, I remember how big that series was. And I actually secretly wish it was true, but I knew deep inside that wasn't.
And you're giving too much credit to the Hollywood people.
That's one thing I learned though. Don't give too much credits to Hollywood people. More than once I've been very disappointed. And funny enough, I really do love the whole Paradox Pokemon and Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, but I'm a little bit scared how it will end up being. Oh man, because the series that is like the imagination of the professor, by the way, or at least some kind of like Paradox Pokemon are like fictions coming to life. Ah man, but all these series I read, like it just I learned my lesson. Like it you like some of the fans have the most creative ideas though.
And Game Freak should steal down like a villain.
Yeah, but still, like, is I don't know, just giving too much credit though to Hollywood. But still, oh yeah, you. Speaking of that, I'm not speaking of that, but do you really believe that like big businesses are like evil, or not evil, but like horrible?
Yeah, I do. And it's so evil now, trying to suck every penny of these poor suckers. But I know Russell feel neutral about that.
And I heard this before. There was this guy. He was talking about the Book of Job or Job, depending how you pronounce the individual.
I wouldn't pronounce this as loser.
Well, in that part of the Bible, there was something like the truth being a powerful saying, and that the truth will set you free. But the guy went on saying that is true, and the truth is a very how do you say it? Like it like if we live in truth, the world will be a better place. But then he went on talking about, sadly, this world is full of deception. Deception.
Like a Decepticon.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go a little bit further on Decepticon a little bit later.
Yeah.
But right now I'm gonna talk. And I was like saying, because he was mentioning like big businesses like scamming everyone, like this, like we rely too much on government and everything. Do you believe that though? Oh no, I don't think he said that we're relying on government. Government is relying on big businesses. If I remember, like like prisons are actually privately owned, and they have like a working relationship with government for these prisons. But that's not the point. The point is that I feel, though, that may be a little misleading because I don't like. Yes, big businesses is a necessary evil, like money, but I feel like though, like sometimes the truth can hurt. I feel like sometimes living a lie it might be the better way for some people than living the truth.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
I mean, like sometimes, like some people may not handle a certain death of somebody, and that might literally tear them apart. So, or like a certain pet may pass away, and they might be heartbroken. So, like maybe the parent brought like a new pet to replace them, like a hamster. But I don't know. I feel like sometimes the truth can hurt. By the way.
Oh yeah, remind me to tell Jason that he's gonna walk on lava soon.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of Transformers, Decepticon.
I love the Decepticon.
You know the one thing I love about Decepticons?
Tell me.
Well, at least the original Transformer Generation 1, or should I say,
Yeah.
or should I say the Transformers, is Generation 1 Megatron. He is literally deceptive. He decept the scientists, decept Hamburger. You remember what was, no, Schomburger, that's right. It's that fat guy, by the way.
Yeah, what a set of
Schomburger is the most hilarious because he wanted literally, what was it, 3 cities. 3 cities, yeah. He really wanted to take over 3 different cities. But that's funny what Megatron said. You'll get what you deserve. And it's literally what he got deserved. He was like literally working with everyone else. Because that's funny what Schomburger said. Give me what I deserve. I'll give you what you deserve. And it's funny what Spike Levinsky said. Well, he got what he deserved. And that's funny because he got his little slight hope of goodness in him when he was like, no, stop being the Decepticon. But he looked like a shell of a man though while at it. I freaking laughed.
what a loser Schongenberger was.
Yes. I mean, oh yeah, that's scientist, by the way.
Oh yeah, they're scientists.
He was funny too because he saw that he was gonna take over the world. I wonder whatever happened to him though. But
he must have lived somewhere else.
well, I mean, he literally got his body destroyed, and it's funny. Starscream rebuilt him, and it's funny what the scientist said.
You made me into a freak.
No, before that, he was like, "What happened to my body? You make me a freak." That was funny because he got what he deserved. No, we never know his fate though. I wonder, like, I thought we might see him again, but we never got to see him again.
He could have been a potential human villain for the Decepticons.
True. Though, it's funny, though, in Transformer Animated, within the first 2 seasons, the villains were humans. I know, like, by third season, it was mostly Decepticon being the villains. But, I mean, that was pretty unique, though.
I love that.
But, yeah, actually, you know what I kind of like, though? The tragic villain. For most people, it'd be like, you know, if they saw Transformers, it'd probably be Dinobot from the Beast War era. But for me, it was Starscream from the Unicorn trilogy.
Oh, more specifically, Armanda, right?
Yeah, Transformer Armanda. He was literally a tragic hero. Like, he didn't knew, like, himself at one point. And he was trying to unite the Autobot and Decepticon, though. And when Starscream died in that scene, Megatron realized something. Yeah, with Starscream, and that and it's that everything is not what it seems to be. And though sadly though with Transformer Energon, Starscream seemed like that character development was like off the window, like completely. And it's like, and it was like degressing.
Yeah, degressing.
To the point he was serving Megatron 100%. Like, no, like he was really loyal to Megatron. Even in the end, with the giant red ball, and Starscream went through it just to say Megatron. Wait for me.
Very sad.
So it's like crazy. I mean, that's what I sometimes hate though, is when character development seems to like go off the window. The Monitor was another one in Transformer Energon where he didn't knew which side he was on. He didn't know if he was a like an ally to the Autobot or was he a Decepticon, because Megatron came back and he was conflicted. But in the end, he got his memory wiped and off the window, the character development. And it's sad because like they got some very potential stories with that though. And it's like with Disney. I mean, I don't mind misunderstood characters, but you can't have every villain being misunderstood. You really do need an antagonist with the purpose of being an antagonist.
Alright?
I mean, I don't know. But I mean, it's weird though. Villains. Sometimes it's like, I guess you could say there's like a chart of the most lousy villains to a innocent villain to like the evilest villain. You get the point. Those like YouTube videos where it's like the little bars, like the most evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still, I don't know. You look like you got something in your mind.
Well, it's just more like I'm just thinking about plotting. How do I take over the city?
The city? Wait, what about the universe?
Yeah.
Or at least something small like the galaxy.
My boss, Dark Curly.
Is that the guy that ruled the multiverse or something?
Well, the galaxy, but I think that's mostly what he wants.
Oh, okay. But still. Oh, yeah. Talking about villains, I felt like what makes also a good villain is the person playing the villain.
Oh, yeah. More specifically, I'm thinking of the Green Goblin.
Yeah, that guy is so legendary. Like, I mean, especially that Spider-Man movie. What was this? Spider-Man Far From Home?
No Way Home!
No Way Home. Yeah, that's right. When all the Spider-Man came together, by the way. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. Yeah, Tom Holland, all three of them. But the Green Goblin, just like the Joker, by the way. That like, you literally think that's the character. Like, the actor is the character. That's like that is so good. I mean, I love that movie just for the Green Goblin. Like, this is why I love actors fitting the role of like the villain, you know? Because no offense to Jamie Foxx, because I think he's a good actor, like, but he played Electro horribly, by the way. I mean, so horrible. I mean, I felt like I'm just watching Jamie Foxx pretending to be Electro. That's what I felt like I'm watching. Because I felt like actors also got to feel the character, by the way. And not just like, the acting, but the presentation too, by the way. I can't look at an actor and say, oh, that's Jamie Foxx. I had to look at him and say, that's somebody, you know? That's the villain. And it's weird because, like, it's like, and I'm going a little bit away with villains in this one. But,
No, fine.
But The Rock, I love The Rock, but it's like, I don't feel like The Rock is playing as the character. I felt like The Rock is playing as The Rock, which I don't have a problem with it, but I remember Batista once pointed that out, and I never realized that until he did. And it's true. The Rock plays as The Rock. I don't view him as no other characters. And I get what Batista is saying. That's not really what you want, by the way, in acting. You want to be someone else. Play the character. Acting. Yeah, yes. Like what you're doing right now. But, I mean, and it also goes with voice acting. You gotta, like, feel the character too, by the way. You know? And that's funny, because that's what I love about Mark Hamill. He's really unique, by the way, with a lot of his voice acting. Because I don't feel that's Mark Hamill. I feel like that's the character he's voicing.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Skip from Regular Show. I didn't knew that was Mark Hamill until later. So that's what I love, by the way. Really, that's what I love. And it's funny, when The Rock voice act, I know that's The Rock. You can't fool me with that voice, by the way. He's thinking of someone else. So, yeah. That's what I love about Mark Hamill. He could do everything with his voice. So, yeah. But still. Oh, yeah. I remember this, though. Mario. Is he the actual antagonist?
Oh, yeah!
There were two different videos I remember. Mario's not the hero. Don't worry, I forgot what was the YouTuber that did that video.
But yeah, Mario is a villain.
And then, and I seen one from Game Theory, you know, MatPat. And I was like open with my eyes, and I'm like, yeah, Mario seemed like a egotistical brother, by the way.
Mario didn't need to go level 1 without destroying all those critters.
And that's funny, the bricks from the manual said those were Toad. And you know what Mario does?
He breaks down!
Knowing those are Toads. And it's funny because in Super Mario 64, it kind of alludes to Toad being stuck in the wall. But I mean, obviously that's just hardware limitation. But I love the little story there. That's just their hologram through the wall, and they're just stuck in the walls. And Bowser even said that. Your friends are stuck in the wall.
What friends, though?
Yeah, and it's funny because he hit Yoshi, by the way, in the head. There was I remember a debate. Either that was him hitting Yoshi in the head, or that was just him like patting Yoshi. But it was later revealed that he was hitting Yoshi in the head. And it's funny. Shirogane Miyamoto literally also said that Mario haven't been a plumber for years. And that his medical license is questionable. And then later in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, later revealed that he was doing malpractice. Yes, Mario is not a real doctor. He's just a guy pretending to be a doctor. So I gotta imagine with those miracle, those Mega Vitamins in Dr. Mario 64, like, he was just literally handing over these questionable pills to everyone. Well, I mean, that's probably why Mario wanted it. It's for the rich and, money. I know Mario was doing it just to make everyone feel better. But how do I know what's inside it? Is it like some kind of big placebo effect? And it's funny. Mario always stomping on everyone, even the famous Yoshi jump.
Oh, that's very, very weird about to do.
And it's funny, like, like in New Super Mario Brother Wii, you can literally have Mario or anyone really stomp on everyone. If you think about in universe, knowing they're stopping their head just to make an extra jump. Though, and it's funny because I remember this before. Super Mario 64 may not actually happen in the eyes of what actually happened, but in the eyes of Mario. The event of Super Mario 64 DS is probably what really happened. And it's just in Mario's head. He's just telling the story to Toes. Even so, we got the Lactitude brother recording everything. But in his head, it's really like, it's just Mario.
The heroes or the winners write the story.
That's true. And yeah, you don't really know who was truly the villain in those stories. All we know is that the heroes were probably the villains in their eyes. Ah, man. But it's funny. In the Grand Adventure of Billy and Mandy, how Billy became a hero. And he just went to what was it, the moon or some kind of planet, Mars?
Some weird empty planet.
And it's funny, but they were like a happy critter, by the way. But here's Billy throwing strawberries everywhere. It's so funny, though, because superheroes can be so delusional because Billy saw he just defeated the evil empire and got bored. I love how the way you talk about the evil empire and then the evil empire is like in space. I wonder if they're referring to the, Palpatine in Star Wars. Somewhere out there.
Hey?
But still, I mean, villains. Are they the heroes? Or the actual villains?
Good question. Interesting.
Yeah, and it's funny though, in Xenoblade Chronicles, and then there's so many betrayals, by the way. But you keep thinking that the villain was Ergil. But, well, he was technically the villain, but I don't want to spoil it, but it's like, it was, well, what the heck? I mean, what I'm talking about.
Release your evilness.
No, I mean, like, if you play Super Smash Brother, you probably know a lot of spoilers anyway, but, nah, it's just, I feel bad for Dumbbag. And that's all I'm going to say, by the way. Like, his entire crew, by the way. Like, wasn't, I mean, I'm not going, I'm probably going to spoil it. I'm not going to say. But still, I mean, that photo that he have in his room. I'm like, when I play the game, it's like, I mean, no, seriously, we playing the game? You started to see all the subtle hints, by the way, that you don't get to see it the first time.
Yeah, you don't get to see the first time.
And then it's like, that makes sense. And I love that, by the way. Actually, I love the Xeno series for how they use their villains, by the way, too. So, I mean, like, there's a lot of plot twists, by the way, thinking that this is the villain, but it turned out that is really the villain. I mean, I just love that, too, by the way. Ugh. All right. I guess we should wrap this up soon.
Yes, wrap it up. I got a city to destroy. I mean, rule.
Well, destroy? Woof. I mean, some villains want to destroy the universe, but some just want to rule it, though. But,
like me.
For me, though, my final thought? Villains are cool.
Well, yeah, just to say stuff. If you're wondering who I am the evil mechanical snow robot, Showman. I'm trying to rule the city and in favor of my boss. Yeah, and I was, created to antagonize Russell and Wizard.
I see. Alright, guys. If you enjoyed the show, remember to hit that like or dislike button if you dislike it.
I'm gonna like it.
And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Alright, guys. Remember to stay beautiful, or if you like to, stay ugly. Alright. Bye!
God, destroy.